Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I'm making the video kind of late, but it's Sunday. I get my daughters on Sunday, so I just dropped them off right now. And honestly, this video is probably going to be pretty short because every Sunday has been pretty hard for me to have to say goodbye. It's just not fair, you know? It's just not fair. It sucks. She's a fucking liar, man. And she is hindering my relationship with my kids. So I decided today on the way to pick them up that I am going to petition the court to get them on Tuesdays and Thursdays and every other weekend. Because the problem I think that is so ridiculously hard is that we don't see each other all week. So there's no keeping up. Like, yeah, we could text and things like that, but it's not it's not face-to-face contact and interaction. Like, there needs to be that. And the only way that there could be that is if, you know, I get some custody changes. Sorry, it's been raining here all day, and the rain, like, I don't know if they use like asphalt out here that is that melts in rain or something, but fucking potholes get ridiculous every time it fucking rains. You know, anyway, way off track, sorry. But yeah, so I want to try to get more visitation with them. Something more sustainable and real. Like this whole shit about every Sunday, it's so stressful. And it's so it just seems so fuck, like, what's the word I want to use? Like it's not organic at all. You know, like, everything feels so forced. And I know that's not how I feel or I want to feel. And I'm sure that's not how they feel or want to feel either. But it's just how it ends up being. You know, and it's like uneasy. It's almost like a performance, man. It's weird. It sucks too, because, and I told him today, I had a good I try to be really open with my kids, man. I try to be really open. Tell them about my past. Tell them about my, you know, indiscretions, my mistakes that I've made. I try to tell them, like, listen, my job is to raise adults. My job is not to raise children, right? My job is to make you viable citizens in this country that can self-sustain without needing anybody's help. You know what I mean? Like, or wanting anybody's help. Like, I want you to be eager to have your own. So, you know, I try to tell them, like, hey, man, I'm not telling you guys this stuff because I want to lecture you. I'm telling you this shit because nobody told me. And if somebody did tell me, I didn't listen. So just take my advice and just understand that I'm not telling you this shit, you know, for funsies here, people. I'm telling you this shit because I want you to be productive. And the only way you're going to do it is if You know, you let me make the life mistakes for you. That doesn't mean you're not going to make life mistakes. You're not going to make some serious stupid choices and bad decisions and fucking have to pay for some of that shit. Sure you are. Everybody does. That's the growing pains, man. That's how you get to be good, right? That's how you get to know who you are, is going through all that shit. Just like I'm doing right now. Like, you know, I mean, I'm sure they could tell the difference today. I'm sure they could. I didn't say anything about that particular part of anything, but I'm sure they could tell the difference. But I told my kids, I said, listen, like, all of us feel the same way. You know, whether you guys admit it or not is a totally different story, because you might be afraid of hurting my feelings or something, which I respect that, and I think that's very commendable. But let's be realistic. When we were all living under the same roof, we did not hang out for 9 or 10 hours at a time straight. We didn't do it. It's not realistic. Who the fuck wants to hang out with dad for 10 hours? It's like, we're not going to Disneyland. Like, we're fucking going to your house. We're going to go sit in your fucking room. Like, really? There's nothing exciting or fun about that. I'm not stupid. Yeah, we can go off and do shit, but I ain't made up a bunch of money, and I'm fucking not working right now and shit. Like, money's tight as fuck. I can't, you know, can't do all that shit, so got to do what I could do, right? And that means that we're going to be spending some time at the home, right? So, but I told them, I said, listen, that's why I want to break it up a little bit, because if I see you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it won't be for that long, because they don't get out of school until 6 o'clock at night, because they're in this after school program. So basically I would pick them up at probably 6, like from school or something, and then drop them back off at, like, you know, maybe 8, you know, so a couple hours. So no big deal. A couple hours on Tuesday, a couple hours on Thursday, and then every other weekend, right? That seems perfect for me. I think they enjoyed the thought, because the weekend, it's like, if you're there for the whole weekend, you come in on Friday afternoon and you don't go home till Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, whatever. You're more flexible with what you're doing. It's not like you feel like, we only get 10 hours this week, so you can't be on your phone and you can't do this and I can't do that. You know, it's like this last month or whatever, and I'm not even exaggerating. So when I use the restroom, I like to sit down and enjoy myself, spend a little time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to fucking rush out of there. They always make fun of me for it. Fine, I don't care. It is what it is. You have your habits, I have mine. But I said I was going to use the restroom, and they're like, oh, you're going to be in there for like 2 hours. What are we supposed to do? If we were at home, they'd be like, okay, go enjoy yourself, right? They had something to do. They didn't fucking, like, put in my house, oh, God, what are we going to do for 2 hours? I don't want that feeling. Like, I want them to be able to feel like, okay, you know, this is of sorts, home away from home, sort of, you know, whatever. And who the fuck knows where things are going to go for my life? I know, I told them today, I said, listen, guys, I want you to know, I call them ladies, actually. I said, listen, ladies, I want you guys to know, you know, I want to try to make this thing a little bit more concrete. I know it's very early on, but, you know, we gotta set good habits now, because this is going to be life. So we need to, you know, really, like, buckle our bootstraps and really, you know, dig into this thing, right? I said one of the ways of doing that is, you know, being honest. And I'm going to honestly tell you, I'm not going back home. You know, like, don't get that in your head that that's going to change. That's going to be different. I don't know what your mom is telling you. I don't know, but just know from the horse's mouth, that's not going to happen. I said, you know, you guys don't want that back anyway, I'm sure. And, you know, of course, they agreed. And I said, you know, I know it sucks to come from a broken home. I came from one myself. My parents' divorce was fucking horrible. Horrible. Both my parents aren't the greatest either, so that doesn't help. But they're selfish as fuck, you know? And so I don't want to be selfish, right? I want to think about them, you know? And so I was a little late picking them up today, and when I was, I had to talk to the narc, and she got my goat. Like, we got into it a little bit. Not gonna lie, I failed on that note. But I didn't fail in like, oh my God, I want you, man. Fuck all that. Like, dude, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. I'm not exactly sure, but I kind of feel like the tears are dried up for her. For my kids, not even close, man. That sucks. That one, that's the part that fucks me up the most with this whole situation, is my kids. And the second part that fucks me up is that I got to deal with that narc for the next 7 fucking years until my youngest is 18. I know once my youngest is 18, like, I'm still going to have to see her, but I don't have to deal with her. There won't be any, like, no interaction. She tried to get off course today, and I let her get off course like an idiot. But I got back on course, and I was like, you know what? Listen, talk all the shit that you want, but just understand, I'm not listening. I'm not taking it in. I'm not processing any of it. It's just background noise to me now. And if you want to run your neck, run your fucking neck. That's fine with me. I don't care. I can't tell you not to, and I'm not going to stop you. Fuck it. I go, but I ain't listening to shit, first of all. And second of all, from now on, if you text me and it has nothing to do directly related with our children, a conversation that we need to have, not a conversation you think we should have, I just won't respond. And if you start out talking about the children and then, you know that, I'm just going to block your ass, and then we'll have to do everything through a third party, you know, through a mediator. That's fine with me if that's the way you want to do it. I told her today, I said, I'm not playing your fucking games anymore. Your games are tired. They're all bullshit. And I told her today too, because we got into it a little bit, and I was pretty hot. I said, you know what? I'm going to file an appeal on the restraining order. I'm going to fucking do every other legal process that I can to hold you accountable for what you've done. You know, like, I didn't even tell you guys, like, because of this fucking restraining order, I almost got a job at Knott's Berry Farm, right? $110,000 a year. They rescinded their fucking offer because a stupid restraining order ended up on the fucking criminal report. I couldn't fucking believe it. And the criminal, like, March 20th was when the date was. It's only April. It was like fucking, the thing was on the report like 5 days later. I didn't think it would happen that quick. You know what I mean? Because I was in the process of getting the Knott's Berry Farm job when the shit happened. So, you know, pain and suffering, like, all that shit. Like, I don't mean to be a frivolous fucking lawsuit, but I don't feel like this is frivolous at all. You know? She deserves to get what she's got fucking coming, dude. Straight up. Like, fucking straight up, man. Like, she did me dirty, right? But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not dwelling on that shit. Fuck her. It's all good. And you know, it's funny, when I saw her today, when I picked up the kids, I wasn't all fucking googly-eyed. Imagine that. I mean, she still looked good, right? But I wasn't like, oh, God, I just want that so bad. I was like, pfft, I know it comes along with that. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. That is a tall order. Fuck that. No, I'm good. I am good on that shit, dude. No way. And you know what's crazy is if she was to fucking text me right now and be like, oh, you know, come over right now, like, send me pictures or whatever, you know. Whatever it is you ladies do, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bite because of what comes along with it, dude. Fuck that. Like, I've never thought about this way before. It's always been like, you know, my children, my wife, my job, my friends, this. And then I was at that tail fucking end. Like, I was like, had one pinky hanging onto the back of the caboose, you know, like, I cared that much about myself, you know. But now, like, I am the fucking engineer. I'm at the front. I'm at the fucking helm. Because if I'm not anything, I can't be anything for anybody else. And I'm not anything right now. I mean, I'm talking a big game, but I'm motivating myself by talking a big game. I'm not, inside here, it's not all, like, all there yet. You know, I'm working on it. It's getting there. Like, what I keep telling myself, so you guys know, is everything you talk about, make it positive. Everything that you're putting out in the universe, make it positive. Everything that you're thinking about, make it positive. Make it, you know, self-assure yourself. Like, literally, I'm telling myself these things so I don't forget. Because it's easy to forget this shit. You know? It's easy to forget yourself. Because you're always going to be there no matter what. Now, what condition you're in when you're there, that's a different story, right? But you're always going to be there no matter what. That's the reality. So, but I want to be there wholeheartedly. I want to be there fucking ready to attack. You know what I mean? And the only way that I can do that is if I'm taking care of myself first, and then my children, and then, you know, my friends and extended family, and then, you know, job, whatever. But numero uno needs to come first, you know? The old pizza chain needs to be at the top. So, any rate, I hope you guys had a great day. Sorry the video's coming out so late. I fucking say this every time, and I'll say it again. I'll beat that fucking horse dead. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And you guys have literally fucking pushed me out of my comfort zone and pushed me in a comfort zone at the same time. And it's fucking awesome. And I thank you guys and girls. It's fucking, I'm super appreciative. So, any rate, you guys have a great evening, night, whatever, day, wherever you're at, maybe. And I will talk to you tomorrow.